What it do? What it do? What it do? It is your boy Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and as always, I'm here with Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggy, episode 48. Are you kidding? Let's fucking go, motherfuckers!
Yeah, bro, 48, man. 48. That's pretty crazy that we're all the way up to 48. That's kind of tripping me out.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a lot, man. 48's a lot.
I mean, like when I did episode one, I was like, I'm at least getting to 100, and maybe like maybe that was like what do they call it? Like hubris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like I said on episode one, I have irrational confidence. So I'm just like, I'm going to 100. I don't give a shit if anybody listens.
That's true. You are ridiculous. But that's what. But you've always been that way. I've always appreciated it for sure. It's definitely.
It's good and bad. It's good and bad.
Yeah, you're definitely an adventure of a friend for sure. But yeah, man, 48. It feels good. We're getting closer to 50, halfway to the fucking century mark, which is wild. I was looking back and seeing on like the playlist how many episodes we've done, and it's just wild the amount of hours. And I started just kind of dicking around on here to get it set up, back in like September or August, whenever I built my computer. And now we're at 48, creeping up on 50, dude. Elon's like banging people, all sorts of wild stuff. So, I mean, like, I'm stoked. And this is going to be a good episode, man. We got some good shit.
Yeah. I asked the Iron Ape Tyson what my Andy's rant should be.
Yeah.
See if he had like any ideas. And he was like, how about Elon and his 15 fucking kids? And I was like, it's already on the docket. It's already in the notes.
Yeah,
like,
it's already there. He already added it. Yeah, no,
like,
for sure.
I need something random.
Yeah, dude, I see you got a little window. You got a new backdrop, please. I know mine's like the same all the time, but tell me about...
this is the stew.
Well, I mean, I don't think the window's ever been... I mean, I can see a little green in the sunlight,
well, yeah,
baby.
my mom told me to open the window. I'm at my parents' house, y'all. Yeah, my mom demanded I come over for dinner, but she's like, and I was like, so it's cool if I like record the podcast in here, and in this room, and she's like, yeah, you might want to open the window. Nobody can see you. There's bushes. And I was like, okay.
Well, back in the stew, is your mom still mad at me, or has she chilled out? Is she over the meme?
Oh no, I think she wants you to like get exercised or like die.
Oh really? Oh wow.
No, dude.
I was like, damn, man, come on, man.
She actually called me like at like 4:00 and was like, hey, so I know like I asked you to come over for dinner, but I also saw on Instagram that you were recording the podcast at 6:30. And I was like, yeah, I'll make it work.
Yeah, sorry, mom. It's just easier. It's like 8:30 my time. It's we got we're third coast to west coast.
I know. It's just like when she like pressures me, it's like I didn't think about in my head like that I had a business meeting till 4, and then B that we have to record the podcast. So I was like, yeah, mom, I'll come over. And then I'm just like, well, wait a second.
Well, whatever. But it's stew
it
vibes
all worked out.
tonight. It's stew vibes.
Up in the stew, baby.
All right, were you ready to get into this episode number 48, man?
I've never been more ready.
All right, let's go. Do you want me to start off with therapy questions, or you want to go first?
I'll break you off with the first one.
Okay, this is cheesy. All right.
All right, y'all. As we do, we always start with therapy questions. Therapy question number 1, Joseph. What makes us human?
What makes us human? I guess that's some like spiritual shit. I feel like I'm in like New Mexico somewhere, looking at turquoise at like a flea market. Not that sorry, that sounds very specific. Because it's happened, but
I've done that too. But like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's part of what you do. Well, I just feel like that's a question. What makes us human, man? What makes us human? I guess our conscious thought, our free will, our ability to experience the world around us. Our souls, man.
So what's separate? Like, what is like the? So is it like is it a chimpanzee that's like closest? Is it an elephant? Is it a whale? But like, what is the separation for human versus the next species down?
Well, I mean, it depends. I think that they all have experiences and obviously have like feelings and some sense of conscious thought. I mean, like cats are badass. Cats can make up their own minds and do their own thing. But No, I mean opposable thumbs. No, I'm just well, for some animals, they're pretty smart, but
I know,
no.
but
I
the,
mean, I guess. I mean,
the
we
monkey do monkeys have opposed? They have the thumbs, right?
yeah, and they use like crude tools and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really speak to like what separates us because I'm sure like if you watch that Blackfish movie where they show all of the whales and they're losing their kids and they're taking them off and
And they're
SeaWorld
like they're fins.
and they're like crying and freaking out. It's like it's awful to watch. I mean, it's a good documentary, but like you realize that like you have sympathy for these animals in a way that you wouldn't if you don't see it because you see them get separated and this big mom orca is like crying for like weeks, like physically crying, and it's like super sad. So I mean, there's obviously some sort of conscious thought there. We just can't communicate with them, so we don't know what's up, you know.
Yeah.
And there's different degrees of intelligence. So dolphins, elephants, there's some whales. Like there's lots of different degrees of intelligence amongst the animal kingdom,
Yeah.
especially in
I mean,
mammals.
it's so clear that humans are different than every single other species. That being said, like we can't fly like birds, you know.
Yeah, ancient
We
astronaut theorists
we,
would
we,
believe.
we can't like yeah, we can't like be like submerged in water like for hours or days or whatever whales do, you know. Like so, there's like different like so it's like I don't know. It's a you kind of took it out of me like what you first said, which is just like consciousness and you said something else that I was gonna say as well.
But yeah, but there are those things in like the societal structures in the animal kingdom amongst like dolphins and hierarchies or
I know
chimpanzees or
we're similar
yeah, like
for
so those things
sure.
those things in the animal kingdom already exist, and some of them have like their own free will, make their own decisions, choose to do their own things. So that like exists amongst like all kind of species. It's just to what degree, or like some of them are more like I don't think an ant has the same level of free will as like a lemur does, right? Because they're like a part of like more of like a hive collective mind where they do something, they have a function, a job. It's all like completely structured, right? For like an ant, as opposed
Yeah,
to say like a gaggle of geese, they can kind of they still have some sort of structure, but they also do their own thing, go to their own spots, choose their own mates, do those things, and it's less like controlled, but they all still have some
kind of though. I
some
mean,
sense.
it's still all primitive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's varying degrees of it, but some things still exist amongst all. But I don't think we can amongst all different types of things in the animal kingdom. I just don't think we can necessarily comprehend. Like I don't know, like what dogs. It's like if dogs could talk. Dogs have thoughts. Like dogs have their own thought processes, have their own memories, their own traumas, their own feelings for sure. I mean, if
yeah. But like, this is the thing. Animals aren't like discovering electricity and like
hmm.
creating planes,
Well, yeah,
trains, and
obviously,
automobiles. So like,
there's different
so
levels to it for
we
sure.
got so that's what I was trying to identify. Is like, what is the gap there? Like, because there's one species that like has like is obviously on top of the food chain, and then there's every other species.
Well, yeah, it's like which species would take over as the dominant species if humans weren't here.
Rats.
You think?
That's what I saw the documentary we talked about it before about rats and this guy who was like smoking a cigar the whole time. He's like from New York. He's like, "Yo, I'm Johnny Septic. Let me tell you something. If humans weren't here, rats would control the world. They're so fucking smart and dirty."
Good lord, that's true though. Like a rat king or some shit. Yeah, that shit's wild. Not
So they would like overrun the planet if
probably,
humans were killing them. I was like, because they were so smart. I was
and we
like,
can't get
what?
rid of all of them anyways. But yeah, I
I
mean, yeah, I
know.
guess like our consciousness, and our ability to interpret the world around us is what really like separates us from other things, and our ability to manipulate the environment around us and create new tools. We're obviously like in some ways head and shoulders above everything else, and then in some
Literally, because like we started walking on 2 feet because we started eating meat, and that supposedly like grew our brain like super big. Except for other animals eat meat, so I don't really understand the difference there. But that's how we started. And then by us walking on 2 feet, I think it's like we're the most inefficient animal to walk than
oh,
every other animal.
I believe it.
However, when you're on a bicycle, we're the most efficient animal that has ever existed. That's how crazy a bicycle is for you.
Well, yeah, and I
It
love cycling, so that's great. I'm
because
so
you like versus it's like the energy you have to expend for how fast you go. It's it's like it just trumps every other fucking species. It's like a cheetah can fucking go like 60 miles an hour for like a minute, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, I ride. Yeah, that's true. Now that I think about that. Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very interesting. All right, let's move on to therapy question number 2, y'all. At what age are children held accountable for their actions, and how do you determine that, Joseph?
I mean, I was just having a argument literally like 10 minutes before I got on the podcast.
A discussion.
A
Remember?
discussion.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and it was kind of along these lines. I think that I don't have like I don't have kids, so I can't like speak to people who make decisions for their kids or with children. But I think that at a certain age, it needs to become more of a conversation, and like you need to be getting to know your kid just as much as you are trying to guide them in life. I think that bossing your kid around or telling your kid what to do constantly only really works for so long, and then it can create some resentment or pushback. So I think when they're responsible for their actions, hopefully you're holding your kid responsible for their actions at a young age and using those as growing or coaching moments. Or any kid. I mean, I guess you shouldn't, like, I'm not saying go out there and coach kids. That might be weird. I think you end up on a list like that. But, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, don't just be like walking around talking to random kids giving out life lessons. Like, someone's going to stop and be like, hey, what are you doing? Uh, I don't,
Well, like I'm trying to coach like a hockey team.
well, no,
Um,
well, I mean, coach is like coach, maybe like our, coach in a sense, but like coach in life. So not like be a life coach, but as a teaching moment. If your kid, loses his temper and hits somebody at school, like you should hopefully hold your kid accountable for that if they get are getting into fights at a young age, and you use that to like teach them how to control their emotions, have honest discussions with them, not just punish them and then not act like it didn't happen. I don't think that that necessarily helps. So there's some
well, I
accountability
mean,
on both sides for holding kids accountable for their actions.
my dad when like I went to kindergarten, it was a K1 split class. So it was kindergarten first grade in the same class. I don't know why. Um, he told me to never take shit from anybody. And I was in a conversation. This is in kindergarten, and this kid, um, his name was JP. I remember that, and so he went by JP, but I called him Jonathan because that was his real name, and he
Yeah.
got upset about it,
Hell yeah.
and he pushed me, and I fucking hit him in the face and broke his nose, and
Damn.
yeah, kindergarten. And I was like, and then the teacher took me out, Mrs. Vetrovec. That's right. I remember your name. And she was like, "You can't do stuff like that." And I was like, "My dad told me not to take any shit." And then she's like, "All right, all right." And I was fine. And so I don't know, like, um, but I also hate when like people who have kids say like because you don't have kids, then like you don't have an opinion on this. It's like, no, I can tell when like like a child's being a shitty person or not. It's like I like just because you have a kid is like makes you like the like uh like arbiter of like this discussion. It's like no.
Yeah, I mean that's not like constructive. I would say that in certain situations or like
I'm not
feelings.
saying I was right. I'm not saying I was
Yeah,
right
yeah,
when I
yeah,
was a
yeah.
kid.
No,
I'm
no,
just
I
saying
know.
it happened. It
No,
happened.
no, no, I know. But what I'm saying is like I think that in certain situations, like there will be a particular bias a parent will have towards their kid, which is like natural and understandable. That can cloud their judgment from time to time, but also like not knowing the dynamics or full dynamics of like someone's relationship, you can only comment so much. So I always try to like watch what I say, but I do think that in my own experience with my parents and my family, I learned more in having conversations than I did like actually just being punished or without like having a moment where it's like, okay, but this is how you can improve from that, or even listening to my side, entertaining my thoughts or my feelings on it. Some parents don't do that, and I think that that can be detrimental long term and can make a kid make it harder to hold a kid accountable for their actions, because whenever they are going to be held accountable, they just resent you for it. Like, you know, it's like it's different. I think I don't have kids, like I said, but I think that it's easier to be like that and be more authoritative when your kids are little. But as they get older, your relationship with your kids should change, and the way
Yeah,
the conversations you have should change.
totally. Yeah, I mean, my dad celebrated me for doing that, you know, but you know, that's him growing up in the streets of Philly and just like
Yeah,
he'll take,
Streets of Philly in like what, like 90, 91, 92, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're out there punching people. Hell yeah.
But that wasn't in Philly. That was like in LA. But he was from Philly.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Um, okay. Therapy question number 3, and then we'll close it out with 4, which was Joseph's uh pick. Number 3. Does anyone else's happiness affect my own?
Hell yeah, brother. Happy wife, happy life.
That's true.
I think that it can, depending on
100%.
like yeah, like definitely, like, you know, if we've all worked for someone who's miserable all the time and they're a nightmare to work for or work with, and you know they come in a bad day and you're just like, oh shit, this is gonna be difficult as fuck to work with this guy. So definitely, now should you let it? No, you should try to not. But we can only control so much in our lives. And you, like I said, like the boss is a great scenario. Like you can try to not let your boss's bad mood affect you, but it might still affect you whether you want it to or not, because he's your boss, and that's just the way the world is, you know. So you got to be, you know, that's like walking on eggshells in a stressful work environment. So yeah, definitely, someone else's happiness can, or lack thereof, can directly affect yours for sure.
100%. Like I've been watching a lot of Below Deck, which I love that show. But there's
Me
3,
too. That show's so good.
yeah, Below Deck Mediterranean, Below Deck Down Under, and Below Deck uh, Sailing. Um, so
Sailing? What?
yeah, you got to get on that. It's pretty good. Um, there's been 3 seasons,
You
but
gotta get on that, bro.
yeah, but because I got Peacock, which is like the NBC streaming,
Yeah.
but I guess they own like the rights to Bravo, and I got it for the golf tournament, the British Open, a couple weeks ago, and then I got back on my reality tip because I don't have cable, I just have the internet,
Yeah.
and so I've been like binging that shit, and it's like in that environment, everybody's mood affects everybody, you know, it's it's like if the chef is a piece of shit, like everybody's fucked. And then if like the stew is a piece, like the chief stew is a piece of shit, everybody's fucked. And I was like thinking in my head, like I wanted to come out with a reality show where there's no controversy. Everybody just gets along and everybody loves everybody. And like, because you never see a reality show like that. It's all about like conflict.
What is it, like the Truman Show?
Just more like everybody has a good time and then nobody's let down and it's amazing. It's like it was just take it on steroids. Hold on one second. My dog.
Oh, wait, it is throwing out. I mean, personally, that sounds like a pipe dream. A reality TV show with no drama. That sounds
Yeah,
absurd.
but
I mean,
do you think it would work? Do you think it would work though?
no, I mean, I don't necessarily think so. I mean, I don't think it would work. I mean, it could, but I mean, we watched that already, and there has to be drama. People like the spectacle. People like the over the
That's
top
what all these
bullshit.
producers think. What if we just, you know, and y'all, this is trademarked and copyrighted, so don't steal our idea. Just a fucking 8 episode reality show, and there is no problems. They just have the best time of their life. I think that would sell.
I mean, it might, but I don't. I think that's like that's what everyone hopes for. But they're gonna create drama. Like you'd have to find someone
I don't
who's
want them to
willing.
create.
You would have
I'll
to
cut it
find.
out. I'll cut it out.
You have to find somebody who's willing to do that. You'd have to find people
Yeah.
that were willing to have a risk of losing a shit ton of money. To be like, all right, edit this like so that it's chill and that it's like nothing happens. Like, because I mean, there's gonna have to be some sort of drama. Something has to happen to be
No.
entertaining. It's just gonna be them hanging out.
It's just like fun at all times. Period. It's just like everybody loves everybody.
What is this, like a family? Like how are you?
No,
How are
no,
you gonna
like
find a bunch of
like
random
a
people
bunch of
to
like
get along?
24-year-olds like staying at like a beach house in like Newport, and for like a week,
That
and
just sounds like drama.
nobody
What are you
cheats on
talking
anybody.
about? That
Nobody
just
cheats on
sounds like
anybody.
that just sounds like fucking
But I'm saying,
drama.
what if it wasn't, dude? What if it was amazing?
I don't know what you're fucking talking about, dude. I think you're talking about
No
like
drama. I'm talking about no drama. I'm saying
you're
like
you're talking
everybody
about
gets
like
along.
you're
It's like
talking about
communism.
you're talking about like what you're describing is like what I've heard my sisters and people talk about like their dream like trip. That's you're describing like a dream bros trip or girls trip on
Yeah,
vacation where
yeah.
nobody has drama. That's not gonna happen. That's
Okay,
not
but
gonna
what?
happen.
But what if it did? It's fantasy.
It would fail. It would bomb.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it most definitely would
Well,
bomb.
we haven't seen it, so it's at least unique.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Somebody steal that idea. It's not copyrighted. Somebody take
Fuck
that.
all your. Yes, it is copyrighted. Ask Spotify.
Somebody
Um,
take it. Somebody take it, please.
I swear to fucking God. All right, you hit us with the last 30.
All right, no, this is okay. This is like a hypothetical scenario. I've had this discussion before. I wanted your take on it because you're overly confident. But in this scenario, okay, just to say in this scenario, you're walking around minding your own business and you were just attacked by like a group of, let's say, like 10-year-olds, and it's like Lord of the Flies style. So you're trapped on an island. You're like Lord of the Flies, and they're trying to overpower you to like capture you. How many that sounds crazy, but how many do you think it would take you down in Lord of the Flies world? How many Piggies and Simons would it take do you think that you could like fend off? No weapons, no nothing, but you're getting attacked by a mob of random size, random strength 10-year-olds on an island, and you got to fight them off like Lord of the Flies. You land on this island and you're trapped and they're hunting you.
Not enough.
See, because I think that like
I would. I could endlessly like
defend,
just
like just fight them off.
beat
I
the
see.
shit out of 10-year-olds. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Like because I've seen. I think that it would.
I would like flip some of them like on my side.
Nope. I think it would take. I think to subdue me if it was like in.
It'd have to be like close to like 100,000, if not a million.
Nah, man. I don't think so. I think that
Are you
like.
kidding?
I think if you were trapped on an island, I think that like 5 or 6 10 to 12-year-olds could capture you for sure.
Okay, well it's so okay. Which one is it? What is the age, homie?
All right, well,
Is it
10,
10 or 12?
10.
Okay,
I've seen some big ass 10-year-olds.
I'm fucking 10-year-olds up all day.
I don't know.
Without a problem. Without a
No.
problem. I'm like causing like serious trauma, if not murder.
No, dude, don't say that. But I think
Well,
that
you're the one who's saying they're gonna
I don't
attack
know.
me.
I don't know. I'm just saying if you're trapped on, I think 5 or 6. 5 or 6.
Are you kidding? You couldn't beat up 6 10-year-olds.
If they were trying to capture
I could
me,
do that with like one leg sweep.
I don't know. Nah, man. I don't know, man. Because remember, they're random size, random
I would
strength.
like backhand them, like,
No.
and it'd be over.
If they got you all, that's the whole Batman theory. Like in Batman, whenever like Batman's getting jumped by like 8 guys, but they all take turns.
Yeah,
and
but
they
they're
stand
not
in this
10-year-olds.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna mob you, dude, and then they're gonna take you out. Fortnite dance all over. You.
I'll put them up. I'll put them up to my nipple and let
No,
them get like
gross.
some
No.
some
That's
sustenance.
That's how you end up on a list.
Like,
Good
whatever.
Lord.
We're on Epstein's Island at this point. You know, everything goes.
No, dude. Who's the dude? Oh, he owns Virgin. Who's got his island? Like, what's his name? Branson. The Virgin airplane, Virgin phone, Virgin. There's like he had like 9,000 different Virgin brand things. There used to be that Virgin music store in Grapevine Mills.
Those Virgin Records, yeah, and then the airplanes, and then the small dick rocket.
No, he didn't have the Dick Rocket. The Dick Rocket was Bezos.
They're all dick
like,
rockets.
Yeah,
right?
but he had like the hang glider one where it was literally like I was like, dude, you're just on like a big hang glider.
He didn't even get to space.
Yeah, he didn't even get.
Space-ish.
Yeah, he got to space-ish. It was like I'm the first. It was like fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. But he did have. But
he did hang out with Obama like right after he got out of office.
What's really weird is he's on an episode of Cribs and it shows like his whole island.
Yeah, I know. You brought this up.
It just creeps me out when we talk about like
you talked
rich
about
guy-
him like taking a shit in the toilet. And he can like look outside of his island.
He can look
And
at
I said,
Epstein
yeah,
Island.
it's like some
Yeah.
Epstein shit.
Yeah.
And you said, don't say that. Don't say that.
It's right next door. It's right next door, bro.
Okay, I'll fuck up every 10-year-old. Put
Get
it on
out,
the record.
get out of here. All right, so do you want to get into your rant? I want you to rant.
Okay,
What
I
do
don't
you?
know how much of a rant because I mean I feel like the whole podcast is me ranting. However, I just want to talk about the Powerball. Now, yeah, Andy's rant. I mean, goody good takes. I don't know. Like I'm,
Goody
we're
good
workshopping.
takes. That's pretty good.
We're workshopping the title. Um, um, okay, I just bought a ticket for the Powerball. Shit's about to be like at $1 billion. I think it was at like 820 million when I bought it like earlier today, and it's just it's gonna surge till tomorrow when they do it.
Yeah, true.
Um, this is the problem, bro. So let's say that I hit it right, which I assume that I will, because irrational confidence.
Of course.
Um, I've got a piece of paper that's worth $1 billion. And then what do? Go back to the gas station and tell them? Call somebody like that works for the lottery to tell them that I have $1 billion in my pocket? It fucking seems so sketchy to me. Like, I'm like, what am I going to do? Like, we talked about that lawyer, you know,
Yeah, it was
that
scamming
was ripping
people.
people off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But even before you get to the lawyer, it's like, how do you announce this and not get murdered? Like
You
if
got to
somebody find,
call. You would call. They'd probably send some official to your house and be like, "Hey, let's see the
like I thought
ticket." Da
about
da da
calling
da
the
da.
yeah, I thought about calling the cops. And I'm like, no, I don't trust the fucking cops.
Big
Like
facts. The
yeah, like oh, this guy who's making like $50,000 a year and hates his fucking job, and I got $1 billion in my pocket's gonna help me?
and
No.
like, oh, what are you doing in this house? It's a B&E, and they
And
just
he's carrying a gun.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, what are you doing? Oh my God, it's a B&E. I shot him. He pulled out. Yeah, no. Like,
I'm
see,
seriously concerned about it. Like, what happens if I win?
but like this is the thing is number one, if you win, you take the cash option, especially with that much.
100%, 100%. Like,
Although it's such a high number that you could at that point take the month by month payment plan.
no, no,
No, hold
no.
on, but no, dude, if it was $1 billion, what's $1 billion month to
It's
month?
about to be, yeah.
That's a shit ton of money. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
If
but
it's
you have to understand that the lottery might not be here in 2 years. You don't know. So you just get the cash
yeah,
right now.
you take the cash payout. Obviously, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is
Don't
whenever
even make a case for the like payout. Like, like the woke class might get involved and be like, oh, the lottery is gambling.
yeah, well, but
Like, you don't know.
yeah, but
Like,
you take the cash option, and then you can choose to not reveal yourself. And like I think if you
that's
win,
what I'm definitely gonna do.
I think
Is not reveal.
if you win more than like 10 million, you pretty much can't reveal yourself. I sure as shit wouldn't.
Me neither. I just don't know who I would actually feel comfortable calling first.
You better call me first, nigga. You owe me $1,000, boy. You better call me real quick. What are you talking
Bro.
about?
We're gonna have a new studio tomorrow.
No, you're gonna be and you're gonna be like, look, man, the debt's wiped clean. You'll still come up with some way. No, I think that
What?
no, I'm just fucking with you. But I do, yeah, you gotta take the cash option. And then at that point, I mean, I think you invest some of it, you sit on some of it. Because if I got like a $500 million payout in a cash payout, I would find some people that like I know who could really use it, and I'd take care of them. I mean, if I won $300 million, I'd probably give you $1 million of it. Be like, here you go, bro.
I mean, yeah. You know what I would do? I thought about it. First thing I do, get Xanax because I'm gonna be stressed.
No, man, that's how it starts,
and then
dude.
I think I know I thought about that too. I was like, wait, I've got enough money to Xanax myself to
Yeah,
death.
don't do that.
Like,
Yeah, no.
but like, I was just like, God damn, why would it be so stressful to have this much money? And then I was like, okay, then I would get a pad in Hawaii,
Yeah.
and then just figure out everything in Hawaii, just like like get myself the fuck out of like away from everybody else, and then just be like, all right, and like try to figure it out, and then know that like I can chill in Hawaii for the rest of my life if I had to, but I don't need to. I just want to just like, I don't know, it's crazy. Like,
See,
I would definitely give my parents like the money to like pay off their mortgage, and then drop like my sister and brother like a mil, like just go buy a house, and if you buy anything else besides a house, you'll never have money from me ever again. you know and then just
it's not controlling at all.
That's it. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to worry about you where you're living, you know.
Would you still
And
work? Would you still, or would you?
no, fuck no. Are you kidding? I mean, I would do the podcast for sure.
Then everyone would know that you're like you fell into a shit ton of money. So that's what I'm saying is you'd have to carry on some sort of normal semblance of a life for a bit to disguise the fact that you just won like $500 million. Everyone would know if you
Oh,
just
I
quit
would
your
have.
job and then buy some big house, buy your mom a house, buy a new car, you buy all this shit. People are gonna start asking you, "Hey man, where'd you get all this fucking money
Yeah,
from?"
well, I'm not worried about it once it's in my bank account. I'm worried about the from a paper ticket in my pocket to $1 billion or 500 million if we just take the cash. And it's like that's the problem. Like that's what I'm worried about. Is like how do I turn this into actually the money?
See,
But
oh,
once the money's in my bank account, I'll be flossing like a motherfucker, dude. Are you kidding? Like rap videos.
oh my god, that's terrible. That'd be awful. What if you?
Terrible,
Okay, see,
terrible. I'm the best rapper alive, dude.
well, I'm just you flossing like I'm just imagining you in like
Nah,
like
nah, nah, nah,
like
nah.
10 chains. So if you got a chain, what would your first chain be? Mr.
Uh,
500 million secret Powerball winner.
it's the mana card from Magic the Gathering.
Okay, that all right, that's deep. That's real deep. That explains the first question. What makes us human? This is my chain. It's a mana card for Magic the Gathering.
And it's worth $100,000. Did you okay? Did you see this? This is totally off the subject, but this pastor in New York
Oh,
got
got robbed on
robbed
live. Yeah, that
a
shit was
million
wild.
dollars of jewelry.
Bro, that guy was dripping so hard, but I watched that and he got robbed on live TV. That was insane.
He
Or
went down
live
like a little
stream.
bitch. Um, I just want to say this. Why does your pastor have $1 million in jewelry on him as he's giving service? Isn't that a problem for you? Like, if you're like a part of the service, this should be Andy's rant. Fuck that guy. Like, I'm so glad he got like robbed, and everybody's like, "Oh, a pastor got robbed." It's like, no, this guy's a fucking charlatan
Oh
who
yeah.
steals all your money. He rolled up in a Rolls Royce to church.
Yeah, dude, it's the Lord's Day, dude. He wanted me he wa- he wanted me to roll up in a Maybach, dude. That's how it goes. No, and so what's really crazy is yeah, I when I saw that and it was like Pastor Robbed and it started, I looked at that guy. I was like, is that Ghostface Killa with like those big gauntlet bracelets on? He looked ridiculous. And then yeah, when he got robbed, but you know that stuff's insured, so I think it's all a front. I think that the people who robbed him of his
Actually, I
jewelry
do
were
too.
in on it, and I think that he has got obviously if you have $1 million
I
worth
thought
of
that too.
jewelry,
I thought
that
that too.
shit's insured. Especially if he's not like having
And
someone loan.
the way he goes down, and he's like, and he robbed my wife too. And they patted him like on the chest, and he had like more jewelry under his like, you know,
Absurd suit. Yeah, I mean he
dude.
looked absurd.
That's like some Jesse Smollett. That was the guy's name. The guy who like like faked like he got like a hate crime,
Yeah.
like from he was on the show Empire.
Yeah, Empire. I was gonna say
Yeah,
Power, but it's Empire.
yeah. And that's exactly what I thought. I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, this is an inside job, like for sure. He's like gonna get like paid out like for the too much jewelry that he like bought or whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
dude, that guy's jewelry was insane. When I saw it, I was like, no, duh, he got robbed. Like, what are you talking about? It's probably like one of the bishops is like, hey man, like give me your like break yourself, and they come in and like the camera angle moves a little bit, and then you just see like people in ski masks walking through, and he puts his hands up. But like,
That's
dude,
weak, dude.
you're
If I saw
walking
my
around
pastor
so
go down
much.
like a bitch like that, like, I'd be like, I don't think I believe in you anymore, bro.
So much, so
I thought you had
much.
the power of God on your side.
Yeah, so much jewelry on it's absurd. So much jewelry on it's absurd.
All right, let's get to the current events. You want to start us off?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to discuss that. Well, I put it on here because you went at him the other day, and it was gonna be a rant, but then it wasn't because I already put it on the list. But like, so apparently Elon Musk was like banging the co-founder of Google's wife while they were separated or something at some
No,
conference.
no. They were not separated, were they? They were together. They got divorced because of this.
Yeah, I think that they were together and then they became separated and then got divorced because of it.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, at some conference, I guess, Elon, and they were really good friends. So it was there's some story out floating around that he like begged for him to forgive him and felt really bad about it. But I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like we just called. I mean, say what you want to say. It's like the same with Zach Wilson, the quarterback for the Jets, who was like banging his friend's mom or something like that.
I
Or
would do that.
his mom's friend. I mean, you could say what you want, but Elon's just a piece of shit, dude. He's just such a scumbag.
Dude, okay. If he was a rapper, I mean, think about that. But it's becoming so egregious on how many women he like hooks up with and like in weird situations, and how many kids he has, to where I'm almost getting impressed by it. Like, it was like, dude, you cheated on your wife Grimes, like that's dirty. And it's like, oh no, this guy's like fucking everybody, even the founder of Google's wife. Like, that's baller, kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was a rapper, though, he'd be way more like Soldier Boy than he would be Kanye West. So he would be like a clown in the rap community. And like,
I feel like more like Lil Wayne.
no way, he wouldn't be, because like we've seen him do some clown ass shit. We haven't seen Lil Wayne do a whole bunch of clown shit. We've seen Soldier Boy do a whole bunch of clown shit and getting stupid beefs and little Twitter wars. So he'd be a
Yeah,
rapper
but
he'd be a rapper who'd be like Twitter beefing with people and talking shit, and he'd probably still be promoting cryptocurrency.
yeah, but he has to be a top tier rapper, bro. He's like the richest dude in the world, so he's got to be like on the Jay-Z, Nas,
No, because you could
Lil
be
Wayne like level.
no,
like
he'd be more like Birdman.
Soldier Boy.
He'd be more like, hey, Soldier Boy's rich as shit. He'd be more like Birdman than he would be Lil Wayne, because then he'd just be the money behind it, and he has other people who have great ideas, and then he sells them as his own.
Okay, well, I'll take that.
I'm just an Elon
Cash
hater.
Money Records, baby.
Yeah, put a 99 in the 2000. Yeah, man, that's the shit, dude. Old school Manny,
Cash Money, Young Money.
old school Manny Fresh beats like have this tropical feel to them. It's
They
like
bang so hard.
it's such a good like period in musical life, and that was there was already that big movement and like the big flashy. It was always that way, but I feel like Cash Money, they took it to a whole nother level with the ridiculousness of
Mr. Goody Two Shoes and Figure Eight have a song called Game Changer to a Manny Fresh beat. Check it out on YouTube. Holler.
What did you just plug in a rap? Okay, let's go.
I did. I snuck that in. All right, you want to go to Vince McMahon?
Yeah, so I wanted to
called this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to put this in there because like wrestling's awesome. At least like there was a period of time like we talked about The Rock, the peak Rock. Stone Cold
We talked
Steve
about
Austin.
Stone Cold. Yeah.
Well, that was the same thing. They existed, that era. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, you had Goldberg, you had like all those guys were still around. That was a really good time in wrestling. Well, Vince McMahon is stepping down as CEO and the man behind everything, or the CEO and chairman of WWE, which he started forever ago. There's like it's a black hole of information if you ever want to like get into something that's like a soap opera full of drugs and crazy motherfuckers. Look into like the birth and the genesis of wrestling. Look into all those, like there's a big predominant Dallas family that was super involved with it. One of them like lost their leg. It was like fucking wild as shit. But he is stepping down amid those allegations. I think they said it's $14.6 million from 2006 to 2002 that weren't recorded in the company's financial statements. This is $1 billion a year business. They make a shit ton of money. So he, for the past since 2002,
and I'd say they're on the rise.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're definitely making a comeback. I think that like carryover, they've been smart. I mean, you can say what you want about the Paul brothers, but one of them just signed with them, and now they're like tapping into that younger group. It's smart. I mean, it's all flashy, it's all frill, it's all self-aggrandizing, and that's what everyone's kind of about right now. So it kind of works out. But yeah, so he's stepping down. Triple H.
But is he stepping down because of the sexual assault?
Well, I mean, I think it's the fact that they've been goofing on their financial records for the past like 25 years, 2012. I mean, that's bad. Like there's internal.
No, I know, but like you were talking about how he got under like some like Me Too type shit. Like
Well, I mean, he had like a full. I mean, it sounds like some of them. I'm sure he did some. It sounds like some of the things he did were inappropriate. Some of the things he was having affairs and paying women off to keep them from saying anything.
So it wasn't like non-consensual. It was
Yeah,
like,
and now his Triple H is his son-in-law.
Yeah,
And he's married to his daughter, and she's taking over, and she's taking over as the chairperson. So it sounds like what happened to some, Succession type shit. I know I've said it before, but it's literally like Shiv took over the company, and now Triple,
like, yo, you got to go as the head, but like,
like, so it stays in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, paying 4 women a total of more than $12 million in the past 16 years to keep secret allegations of misconduct, infidelity, like secret. And I mean, he's always been doing weird stuff. I mean, he got in a bunch of trouble way back in the day about steroids and wrestling and people, and then people giving people steroids. I mean, there's some wild stories. I'm telling you. Listen to some.
Yeah, it's like
some
it's
stuff.
Like, it's like the heyday
insane.
of baseball. It's the heyday of baseball on steroids.
Yeah, on steroids and like GHB and stuff. Because you create
which by the way, I would like to take.
Oh, okay.
No. GHB.
Well, yeah, no. So this is the thing. So
HGH.
Yeah, GHB is like the not good drug. But what it does,
I thought that was the date rape drug.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a not good thing. But what it is that, like, especially in the 70s and 80s with wrestlers, what they do is when you do that, you release a natural form of HGH in small doses when you take GHB and go to sleep. So they used to take GHB like all the time and drink alcohol. That's why there's all these crazy stories about fights on planes and getting arrested in other countries, is because they were either like passed out or like super doped up on something. And they used to give each other and dose each other with that stuff, or take it themselves because they thought it gave them some advantage. And it was like in small doses you create something like some sort of HGH type testosterone thing.
Do you know anybody who like has ever like had GHB or what or like roofies or something like that in your life?
I mean I've seen we can talk about it off air, but we no,
I just mean like
we mutually knows. No, not a guy, but I've seen multiple girls. I mean, in my experience in running a club in Austin for as many years as I did, like, yeah, I've seen all sorts of stuff where that's definitely a thing.
So crazy because like I've been in like the frattiest like dumbest like parties and like anybody could even think of, and I've never seen that shit.
Well, I don't think it's like
I don't even get it. Like I where I don't even get where they get it. Like what the like it's like I've never just like come across it. Like I don't know if it's just because they knew like I wouldn't be like down like for that to be happening.
I don't think that like you can necessarily. I don't think that society is the same as it was before, and that like I think that if the circumstances are different, people are more cautious and take better care of themselves and the people around them. But I think that sometimes the people that you would think is a stereotypical person who would do that is not necessarily. But also, we shouldn't like dive too deep into that topic. No. But
I was taking a leap there. Like
it's the same people that like commit fraud, or same thing. People who commit fraud or something, or tax evasion. Sometimes you're like, wait, what? That guy did what? And sometimes you'd be surprised at the people who take advantage of those things. What's that?
12% battery. Like it's about to die.
Oh, here we go. All
I told you I fucked up and not bringing up my charger.
All right, well, let's talk about this Ken Paxton thing. And yeah, you did mess up, buddy.
I know. Texas, I just didn't think about it.
There you go. Texas AG Ken Paxton bans all staff lawyers from speaking at state bar events, escalating the feud sparked by the 2020 election. So basically, in the state of Texas, we have 3 big schmuck-ass dumbasses. There's Mr. Paxton, there's Greg Abbott, and then there's Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. All 3 of them are schmucks.
Who is Ken Paxton again? Because I remember you bringing him.
He's the Attorney General.
Okay.
So he's the AG. He's been being sued by the Bar Association for these in Texas by all these bullshit lawsuits that he tried to file to overturn the election, and now he's just barred all of his people, his staff, from going to or speaking at any type of state bar association events, or basically doing anything related to the Texas State Bar Association, which is wild. Because you're barring, like, the Texas Bar Association, I think we talked about this before, is like supposed to be non-biased. Like, they just decide who's a lawyer and who's not. They administer, like, they're like like the FDA of lawyers. So to sit here and be being sued by them, in the state of Texas, no less, over things that you've done, and then to bar your employees from speaking at any events or going to those events is like it's like total censorship, right?
Yeah, dude, what else is new with your fucking state? It's like small government, we're libertarians, except for we're gonna tell you guys what to fucking do every single step of the way, like what books you can read, what women can do with their bodies. It's like, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop. It's like, remember how like like the parties flipped, like how we said that Abraham Lincoln would obviously be a Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it flipped during the Civil Rights Act, like when OBJ passed that. Like the Southern Democrats became Republicans, and they've never changed. I feel like we're almost in, not that the parties are gonna flip, but we're like kind of flipping. Like it's like Democrats used to be all about free speech, and then just like the woke class is like telling you what to say. And it's just like, and the Republicans said, that they were all about like, small government, like, freedom. And then they're just like burning books and like telling women what they could do with their bodies and like rigging elections. It's like we're like kind of like on like there's gonna be another flip.
Well,
It
yeah.
feels.
Well, it's like the states want their state governments to act like big government without the Fed oversighting what they do. So the more federal laws they can rescind or do away with, the more state laws they can impose without the federal government stepping in and saying like, hey, you can't do that, that's unconstitutional. And that's basically what they're after, is basically trying to do away with the checks and balances system for the state governments. So it might be legal in California, but if you leave the state to go there to do that, it's against the law and you'll go to prison. Like, and and that's our state rules. That doesn't, because the federal law doesn't exist anymore, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. So I think we're seeing the transition of our state governments turn into like big Fed governments, or like basically what they're saying the big Fed is trying to do is what they're turning themselves into.
Yeah,
It's super interesting,
it's so
and
weird.
scary to watch too.
Yeah, and I bet like if it was like a political science, class, like you could like actually break this down and be like, this is why this is happening. And but like just as like a layman, like as I am, just like looking from afar, it's like this is fucking weird because it's like everything that you said you didn't like, you're doing, and like not as much on the Democratic side, but a little bit for sure.
Oh yeah, both extremes are absurd, but one of them is like I feel like is more of an imposing threat,
Oh,
and is like
100%. Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
We already know. We already know. The fucking
comes off a certain way. So I mean,
yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. I just like, and I hate like the both sides argument. It's like, no, 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 no. There's one side that's fucking batshit, and another side that's trying to figure out their own shit. But 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 yeah, there's a little bit like it drips into the, just to be fair, like the Democratic Party as well.
all right. Well, since you're a buster and you didn't bring your phone charger or
No, not my phone, my computer
your
charger.
computer charger, and nobody else in your house has a computer charger, we want to do another show Friday.
Yeah,
All right,
of
cool.
course.
Because then that'll make next Monday 50. Boom, boom.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
well, I'm down, and then we can keep the articles that we have on here.
Yeah, we can keep some of them. We just got two more. It's about messaging apps, and then about a really cool startup out of Philly that's building houses in Africa. So good positive stories, and then we'll have a little bit more stuff to discuss. What's your computer at right now?
I just went back to full screen. Let me look. 9.
Oh, okay. Well, you're good. Well,
You went from 12 to 9 in like 10 minutes.
yeah, you're good. I mean, I'm still gonna wrap it up, man. But I'm just saying, I'm not in like a huge rush. I got like I got 8.89% battery left. Well, the next episode we'll do the old man minute there at the end. I haven't really decided, and I got some cool clips that we're gonna play for y'all, so we'll do that Friday. But either way, we appreciate y'all tuning in. It's wild. We're almost at 50. Every episode has been watched more than the one previous. So we really appreciate the support. And if you guys do watch, about half of the people that watch aren't subbed, drop us a sub. I don't have a donation button. I'm not asking for y'all to send us money or anything like that. We're having fun, but the subs help, the comments. So please leave something, give us a shout out, ask us questions, give us topics, articles, what the fuck ever you want. But either way, we really appreciate it. So you guys just be good, be safe, be like Mr. Goody, be a good kid and go eat dinner with your parents. But nah, we just appreciate y'all. We can't thank y'all enough. And we'll see you guys, dude. Stop it. That's disgusting. With your flat Wonder Bread ass. No. Put some fucking Miracle Whip on there, dude. Like Mama used to make for breakfast. Get that flat ass out of here, dude.
It's mayonnaise, bro.
I like my girls. Like I like my booties. Oh, never mind. I like my booties like my cereal, Raisin Bran, 2 scoops. You know what I'm talking about?
No. I like it. You like it like Fruit Loops, homie.
What is that? I don't even want to know what the fuck that means. All right, well, long-winded drag out. Y'all be good, stay safe, and as always, for sure, please go fuck yourselves.